Welcome to the Blerdsnerds podcast.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Blerdsnerds podcast. I'm Shannon.
I'm James.
I'm Jaja.
And we're back with another week, bringing you your latest in our thoughts on nerd culture. How have you guys been this week? Yeah?
Okay, I've been great.
We're right off the tail of, well, not off the tail, but Thor just came out. So actually, James, Jaja didn't see Thor, so we have to non-spoil. We have to discuss it with that minimal spoilers.
James?
Yeah, I saw it.
Okay.
Minimal spoilers. I have a lot to say about that.
You guys are better than me. My days off are like Sunday and Monday, so I got to get my business done in the later part of the weekend.
All right, so we'll get Jaja's full thoughts on it hopefully next week. But I have a lot to say. I'm gonna try to not spoil it, but still give me my thoughts about it. What have you guys been up to this week? What nerdy things have you been up to?
So I actually went to BlerdCon yesterday.
Yes,
it's going on this
BlerdCon.
weekend. Mm-hmm. Yeah, BlerdCon. So yeah, it's in DC. Black Nerd Con. There was a little bit of scandal last year, but I think they recovered it well this year. So I actually had a really good time.
Did a white person win the cosplay contest this year?
No white person won this year. So actually they kind of changed it to make it so that I guess a black person has to win, because they made sure to announce that whoever won would be crowned the Black Cosplayer of the Year. So I think that kind of eliminates that kind of eliminates some competition there. But I mean, there were white people still in it.
I have an issue with that.
I don't know if I agree.
I have a huge issue with that.
Yeah, I think my issue would be, how are they the Black Cosplayer of the Year if this isn't the only place that black cosplayers cosplay at, if that makes any sense. So the BlerdCon Cosplayer of the Year, I think we could give it that fair title. But
you see, I don't like when there's backlash and then they do something so drastic to make sure that there is no more backlash. I feel like that wasn't necessary to do, honestly.
Yeah, I think you could definitely say hey guys, we messed up last time. We're looking to correct it, but to go to the total opposite extreme, all right, we're crowning the Black Cosplayer.
Why can't it be Blerd Cosplayer of the Year? Why it gotta be Black Cosplayer of the Year? You know how you just I don't know what's the word I'm looking for, but are only black people gonna be in the competition?
Nah, yeah, there's definitely non-black people in the competition.
Well, but that's basically. See, I'm very mixed because that's kind of exclusionary. I know people had a problem with a white person winning last time, but what about other POCs? Is it just for black? I don't know. I just feel I
want to compare it to when years ago when BET put Eminem as the best rapper alive, and I was BET nominated Eminem as the best rapper alive. A lot of people agree with them, but they wouldn't say this is the best black rapper alive. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it would be easier to just say the BlerdCon cosplay champion versus Black cosplay, because not all the black cosplayers are coming to BlerdCon. So I think that's where my main issue lies.
I feel it's singles us out or separates us from all the other cosplayers, because now let's say you're the best black cosplayer, and now it's how do you compare to the actual best cosplayer? You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know if I'm saying it correctly, but
I don't know what you mean.
Yeah,
that was a little drastic. So, James, tell us who won. Who won the contest?
So the winner, I got some notes here. I was taking notes and taking pictures while I was doing it, but and I can send it to you guys so you can post on the page. But the actual winner was from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. It was a girl. She dressed as Jolene Cujo. So the most recent JoJo's Bizarre Adventure that aired on Netflix. She was that character, but her entire costume was handmade. So the denim and everything, she stitched it herself. The wig started off as just a plain white wig, and she dyed it. She made the texture the correct texture. So it's a two-tone wig, and then she styled it and everything, of course. So I think that's what they said was the reasoning for her winning. So that was sort of the same reasoning they gave last year with the white person one. They said they did all this by hand. They put the most kind of work, and it came out the most quality cosplay. So yeah, her cosplay was really, really good. And there were a lot of other good cosplays in there. The second place was an original character from Halo. So he did his own armor and stuff like that. And then third was, it was an armor set from Monster Hunter. I'm not too familiar with Monster Hunter. So, but his looked the most impressive to me, honestly, because I guess the size of it, he had to get help walking around because he was a huge body of armor. But yeah, the Jolene
I love
Cujo,
those
I
type
like.
of cosplay.
Yeah, I just like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. So I was like, when she came on stage, I was like, oh, she's gonna win, just because I like JoJo. But she actually did end up winning it. But I didn't know that everything was handmade. So like all the stitching, all the dyeing and all her wig and all that good stuff. Like it did really look good. So like, I'm not saying she didn't deserve to win at all, but yeah, hers looked truly good. And there were some pretty unique ones out there too. So
I wanted to see what this character looks like since I've really never
She
watched
has like
it.
green hair, right?
yeah, green and black.
Yeah, I think.
Oh, nice.
I think I know.
Okay. Oh, cool. Okay.
The Netflix JoJo looks like crazy. It looks lit. I actually want to watch that, but I can't watch it without watching the first part. So
Yeah, it does go in chronological order. Well, I mean, you wouldn't be too confused because they kind of give you an overview of like, because her dad is the previous, well, not the previous, but the two JoJos ago. So
you know me, James. I ain't gonna do that. I'm not
gonna just dive in.
Yeah.
Well, James, I can't wait to see pictures of your cosplay.
Yeah,
so we can put it on TikTok.
Man, I took some pictures, some legit pictures, but I haven't emailed them to me yet because there was like this photo booth kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I mean, I look pretty cool in there, man. I have my Jake with me. My Adventure Time backpack is right there.
I see it.
But
yeah.
So and the person I came with came as Fiona, so we're like fit in Fiona.
Nice.
So yeah. So and the people were like stopping us for pictures. Before we even got our badge, like 3 people stopped us to get pictures.
Oh,
so,
that's awesome.
Yeah. So I got a little bit of practice posing. I was just holding.
Do you feel famous? You're living on some random person's camera roll now.
Nah, that does seem creepy. But I mean, people were like,
that's part of the cosplay. If you ain't getting asked to take no pictures, then your costume sucks.
Yeah, you probably didn't do good enough. Yeah.
I'm just gonna keep it like that.
Yeah, but outside of that, I went to the comedy show. That was really good. And then they had an after party afterwards, which ended probably at like 3:00. So I'm a bit tired today.
We're all tired. We were all talking about how we were all up late. I wasn't doing anything cool like you guys. I was playing video games till 3:00 in the morning, but whatever.
And then, as far as safety goes, it felt COVID safe because so the badges were your mask. So
nice.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, so
instead of like a lanyard, wear your mask.
Yeah, the badge.
That's actually really dope. I like that idea.
Yeah, I do appreciate that aspect. And they did vaccination checks and all that stuff too. So shout out to BlerdCon. It was a lot better this year. And it seemed like it was more space because in previous years it seemed like there was either too many people or just not enough space, but it wasn't like shoulder to shoulder packed this year.
Nice.
And as far as my other nerdy things, I finished Chainsaw Man, so definitely ready for the next part. I finished Stranger Things as well, so we could talk about that.
You finished Stranger Things. I'm so excited. Wait, so you watched like the newest part, the 2 episodes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the movies.
The movies.
And Thor. So yep, those are all my nerdy things.
Did you go to BlerdCon both days or just one day?
I didn't go Friday. I went yesterday, and I might go back today. Because I didn't go to any of the vendors when I went yesterday, so I might go check out some vendors. It's probably like 30 minutes away from my house, so it's not too far of a trip. I don't think I'll put my cosplay back on, or maybe I will. But yeah, I might go back out there today though.
Nice.
And then DreamCon, the RDC World one, that's this coming weekend, so I'll be there. Actually, I'll be recording from Texas because I'll still be there.
Oh,
yeah,
awesome. That'll be even better. Take some TikTok content for us while you're out there, James.
Yeah, I will. I got some.
I'm gonna give you the TikTok login.
Oh yeah, I can do that. Yeah, I can just log in and post it. Okay, that works. And I'll get pictures way ahead of time, so that way I don't have to wait for them to email me the pictures. But my cosplay for this DreamCon, oh man, it's so good. You guys are gonna be impressed.
Can't wait to see that.
Who are you gonna be?
Should I reveal it? No, I'll reveal it at DreamCon.
Okay, all right.
next week.
Jaja, what have you been up to?
Me, nothing too nerdy, unfortunately. I watched Miss Marvel and I've been reading Tokyo Revengers. So I started it over and I got past the next season that they're gonna do, the Christmas Showdown or the Christmas whatever arc they called it. I'm past that in the manga. So I already know what's going to happen the whole next season. And I still have like 200 chapters left. And supposedly this is like the final arc, but it's 200 chapters in the manga. It's like kind of ridiculous.
Sounds like One Piece.
Yeah. And I'm this close to, making it my favorite anime.
Oh, never mind.
Next to Attack on Titan. Because I'm really enjoying it.
I'm actually reading that next. I don't know if that's Chainsaw Man, so I'm reading that.
I am really enjoying that manga, no lie. So Besides that, I haven't seen Thor, unfortunately. I was
All right.
planning on going like either today or tomorrow. But we could have a spoiler-free discussion, even though some things have been spoiled for me. Like I went to my job and the usual people that I talk, nerd stuff with. Hey, did you see Thor? This is like I think he said it to me either yesterday or Thursday. Yesterday, I think. Like, did you see Thor? I'm like, nah, I'm gonna go see it this weekend. Oh yeah, it was great. It was an awesome movie. This and that happened. And yeah, it was great. It was a good movie. And I was just standing there like
Those people are the worst.
They are. Like, why would he tell you? Why would he just say that to you? Without...
I was like, that's cool. Okay. But yeah, so one of the big parts was spoiled to me. So
I mean, I don't know if there are a ton of spoiler moments in that movie. Maybe just like one big
Yeah, the
one.
trailers gave pretty much all of it away.
Yeah. I haven't really watched a lot
we'll
of the
talk
trailers.
about it next week. Let's give it a week before
I was trying to keep my expectations low for this movie, and I'm glad I did. That's all I'm gonna say about that.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, Jaja, what else is that it?
Yeah,
oh, James,
that's it for my nerdy things, really.
did you watch Miss Marvel this week, James?
I did.
Okay, cool. And so what did I do? I saw Thor. I saw Miss Marvel. I finished Stranger Things last week. I'm almost done with The Boys, but I know you guys aren't watching The Boys right now. James is vehemently against The Boys. I don't know why though. I've been playing a lot of Elden Ring. I was up till 3 a.m. last night playing Elden Ring. I started at 7. So I've just been plowing through.
Have you completed the game already?
No, I have not. I have done but a small portion, but I'm going to get into a discussion on the way that I've been playing. But yeah, I'll get into that. But yeah, that's what I've been doing. I love Elden Ring. I kind of wish that I was on the hype train when everyone was playing it, but my boyfriend freaking had my PlayStation. But now that I have my PlayStation back, now I'm playing it. And no, I feel like no one's talking about it.
I feel like it's even better to play now that it's not being hyped. Because I have the same feeling as you. When I go back to it, I'll be just playing. I'll be like, yo, this is an awesome game.
Yeah.
Like,
they're not feeling pressured to keep up with everyone else. Like everyone's like, oh, did you get to such and such yet?
That's true.
I saw a reel on YouTube, and it was like when your friend has become the Elden Lord like 6 times and you haven't beat the game once. And that's my story. And it's the video of like the guy walking to the main boss, and he's walking up to him, and it looks like he's about to fight him, but then you just see his boy, like he summoned his dude, and he just melts the boss with one of his spells. It's like a freaking Hadouken, and it's just melting the boss, and the guy's just standing there like, this is hilarious. But yeah, that's me.
Yeah.
Everybody I know has completed the game like 5 times already.
Listen, once I beat the game once, I don't want to play it again. That's all I have to say about that. But it's such a big game. It's so impressive, like how big the map is and like how much there is to do and how many different areas there are. So
and how many different builds you can make with your character. Like there's so many different weapons.
So like I was playing last weekend. I had clocked in about like 28 hours of gameplay time, and over the game. Over like last weekend, or since I had started playing. This weekend I don't know where I'm at right now, but so I was at like 28 hours, and I had only completed 2% of the game. 28 hours in, it's crazy. Yeah, there's like so much to do. So I don't know.
And knowing you, are you exploring like every corner of the map? Like
I am. I'll get into that when I get into the other thing. But like I'm doing a lot. But James, you should play it. I know that you don't have any interest in playing it, but like you should.
Did I start you on your guide journey by giving you that video of how to get the staff?
You did.
And did the staff help you?
The staff is helping immensely.
Okay.
And the spell, the rock. Do you have the rock sling spell? Did you get that too? Yeah, that spell is great for like the early bosses. Just like that's all I have to do.
Yeah, I agree. I'm lost in the sauce.
Watch like
how's
it's gonna be real random when James get into Elden Ring. He's just gonna surprise us one day. Right. Be like, yeah, I completed the game yesterday.
Ghost of Tsushima is good though. So I'm playing the PS5 version now finally. So I got the 4K. Like it looks a lot, but not that it looked bad before, but it looks even better now. Surprisingly. I haven't gotten too much into the story. I've been doing a lot of side quests. So I'm one of those like side quest junkies that do all the random storylines. So I'm getting those knocked out, but I'll get to the actual story pretty soon here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm doing too. All right, so let's get into some stuff, and then so PlayStation Indies, they announced some games. Do any of these games, did you get a chance to look at the games that they announced? Indie
I checked a
games?
couple out.
I'm on
A
the
couple of
fence
their
on
trailers.
Yeah, yeah. How do you feel about any of these games? Are any of these games, there's this one game that I kind of get like weird. I don't know. I kind of get like, anyway, so I'm losing my thought on that.
None of them stand out.
There's this one game that I would play. I don't know if I would pay for it, but it looks like it would entertain me. The Shim game, the one where you're a shadow and you have to like the one where you're a little creature and you have to bounce into all the shadows. I wouldn't pay for it, but I feel like it would entertain me a little bit, like for a day.
It reminds me of Kage from Ranking the Kings.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yep. Now that you say that I agree. That's the one game that stood out to me. The Tomorrow Children kind of freaked me out a little bit. I feel like it's like Russian propaganda. Honestly, that's what it seems like.
The indie games are always a little bit, indie.
Yeah,
indie. I don't
appeal to a niche audience.
I don't want to use the wrong word and just totally offend indie gamers. So,
did you see the trailer? James? Did you see that trailer though? Did any of you watch that trailer? Did you not get that same vibe? That's the vibe I got. I don't know.
I was like, man, what is this?
It's just a little weird. So when these indie games come out, how much do they cost usually? Are they $60 like a normal game?
Usually no. They're usually a lot
cheaper.
Okay. Because I don't think I've ever like bought an indie game and played it. But yeah, nothing.
Did you play Among Us? That was an indie game for a little bit.
Oh, yes, I did. I forgot about that.
Before it blew up. PUBG, that's like an indie game kind of before it blew up.
Well, on console, I mean, because I played Among Us on my phone. So like I never like downloaded it for Switch or when it came out for console or anything like that. But I've never like played a console indie game, I don't think, before Among Us became a console game. It was just
they're usually cheap. Well, not cheap, but cheaper.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, no. Maybe I'll buy this Shadow game if I'm bored one day and it costs like $20. I'll buy it. But other than that, nothing really stood out to me. But kudos to all the indie video game makers.
Yeah, hopefully they make it to AAA studio status and get to be alongside the games like God of War Ragnarok, which is launching November 9th.
Did our boy's game ever come out that we interviewed?
Luau? Oh, Luau?
Yeah.
It's not the full version of Salam isn't out yet.
Okay. We should have him on again.
Because I'm still tracking that. I'm trying to
catch up with him.
I want to play his game for real.
Yeah,
that was a dope story.
Donated to the Kickstarter, so I get updates there.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Do you know when we should definitely have him back on when it actually launches.
Yeah, you should. That'd be good. I'll hit him up. I haven't talked to him in a while, so I should probably catch up with him anyhow.
Yeah, for sure. That was a quick sidebar. Swinging back around because James did a great transition to God of War.
Oddly enough, he said God of War was his favorite game too, so it's all on point.
I want to play God of War.
The new God of War comes out. Oh, you have the PlayStation subscription plan, don't you?
I do. So I'm gonna probably download that once I'm done. Once I get bored of Elden Ring, like I imagine maybe I'll get stuck somewhere.
Or maybe not.
Maybe not. I'm actually I'm doing pretty well, so we'll see. So this is a brand new game, or is this a remastered game?
Brand new game. So they launched a new CG trailer. So yeah, God of War Ragnarok. I think it's the 4th title. They've started numbering them weirdly. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's the son is back. So if you weren't a fan of Kratos and his son in the last game, you probably won't be a big fan of this. But it's much of the same style. You have Kratos, you have his son, they have their father-son attacks and stuff like that, and then you have your assist sort of style play.
So is the son like always following you, or you get to choose a character and play as them?
Yeah, the son is always following. Okay. Well, this one they may switch it up, but in the last one, the son was pretty much always following.
And I'm imagining
he helps in combat though, right? Like, do you get to? Okay.
Yeah, he shoots arrows.
Can you be the son? Like, I hope you can switch characters, and I hope there's co-op.
that would be a cool addition. So the studio of God of War. If you guys hear our suggestion,
that would be a cool
Good stuff.
addition, kind of like Final Fantasy VII, like the remastered one. You know, people follow you around, or you're like, depending on where in the game you are, but like in battle you get to like switch between characters and like, you know, do attacks with each character. I feel like that would be more fun if you could switch like while you're in like battle mode.
Yeah, well, some of the puzzling aspects you do kind of play just as the sun. Like if you're crawling into a small crack or something like that, that Kratos can't fit in. But I mean, some of the puzzles in God of War are super duper hard. Like I feel like there should be no shame if you use a guide when you do some of these puzzles.
There should be no shame in using a guide at all.
Oh, do you want to expand onto that?
Yes. So, well, first of all, I'm a huge advocate of guides. I've been using guides for a long time for a bunch of different games, just because I feel like guides really enhance the quality of your gameplay, especially for games like Elden Ring, because Elden Ring is super stressful and super hard if you're just running out there blind, not knowing what you're doing, making the worst build for yourself. That really doesn't help you much with the schematics of the game. I just feel like a lot of people talk about how they rage quit, or like they're stressed out and like it's too hard for them and they don't like it because it's too hard. But that's because you're setting yourself up for failure. I feel like guides help you to not be angry all the time. Jaja, do you agree?
Yes, and I did have this conversation a few weeks ago when I was going through my Elden Ring thing. I think I had the same exact conversation you telling me. Like the way I felt about the guides, it's like it enhances the game. Like if I was playing Elden Ring without a guide, I'd probably have stopped a long time ago.
Yeah, and there were points
I did take issue with the developer about like needing a guide. Like, okay, you don't want to put the quest in there and like have like a quest list and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But there's literally like quests. You run into a random person in the game, they say something to you, and if you're not paying attention to what they say or really trying to figure it out, you may never complete that quest. And even worse, you might do something in the game that messes up the quest so that you'll never be able to complete it and lose out on whatever item that was. That's kind of like,
true.
I'm not going to remember. What if I take a week break in the game? You want me to remember all the people that I talked to and mid-questing with? You know what I mean? It's so like that part annoys me.
That's a very good point, because yes, there is no quest log and there's nothing to like track like what part of the quest you're on or anything like that. It's just you're out there running around this humongous map trying to figure out what to do.
You talk to one guy and like freaking you're in a whole different area. You don't forgot you talk to that guy and you did his quest now. Or you walk back to the guy like later or give him an item like and then you're like, what the heck? I was doing this for you? Like I didn't even know.
Yeah.
Cool.
So yeah, but like some people consider using guides cheating. James, what do you think?
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think using a guide is cheating.
Okay, because that's what I've been told my entire life.
Right.
That's what I've been told. I've been told I'm not really playing for real if I'm using a guide. I've
left,
been told that
up, B
times.
is a cheat.
Yeah.
A guide is easy mode. I would rather say that's easy mode.
But it doesn't even make it easy, I don't think, because like the game is not easier in terms of, I mean, it is actually, it's setting me up a little bit.
Right. Yeah.
You still have to complete
if it's not easy, you can say, hey, what can I do to make my character better? And you can, go get those items or, whatever they suggest. And
But
it's not like the glitching past bosses or anything like that. Like
put it
that's
like
cheating.
this: you wouldn't fight anybody stronger than you needed to. You know what I mean? It's gonna take you through the levels, and you're not gonna like jump to some super hard boss that you shouldn't have been fighting. And that can easily happen in Elden Ring. You can just run into a boss that you should not be fighting, and you would never know it.
It can, because it's not like there's boundaries on the map. You can just get on the horse and keep riding all the way to some other section where like you shouldn't be at all, and then like you get obliterated by the enemies there. It's just like there's really no boundaries or anything to like keep you in check really about where you should be and what you should be like what part of the game you should be doing at that moment. But yeah, but I was just running around like a lost soul before Jaja put me onto guides first, when he like let me know about the location of one of the better staffs in the game. I'm playing as a mage, and after that I was like, sorry. And then after that, I was like, oh, I want to see like what else I can learn from like watching people on YouTube play through the game. So that's what I've been doing. And I would like to shout out Fighting Cowboy. He's the one that I've been watching. He has a whole walkthrough playlist on YouTube There's 80 videos. It's a whole walkthrough of the game, and each video covers something different. So you should check him out. And before you even start the game, he takes you around the map, like around the starter map of like Limgrave and like some other starter regions. And he like takes you around so you can collect like some key items that'll like help you have a good start to the game. Like before you even start any combat or whatever, he like shows you where all the like where some really good stuff is. And he shows you like how like he shows you good strategies to like level up and things like that. Like before you even start like fighting anybody or killing anyone. So he spends 2 videos doing that. Like we're going around getting the map fragments of like Eastern and Western Limgrave and like Caelid and like some other like beginner areas, just so you have all of that uncovered and like all the grace points before you start. And I'm just like, this is great. So like I have like half of the map of the starter map unveiled already. I have like a lot of lost graces already like on the map and stuff like that. So I'm like set up for success. And I'm on like level 52. Because
listen, while we're shouting out like YouTubers who do that, there's a ton of them that was putting out guides for this game. But Fextra Life, I don't know if you ran into him. He did a wiki on the game. Like the wiki got Elden Ring guide is like, I know he's part of that, and he has like over 50 different builds in the game, how you can build your character, different ways to play, and all that stuff you were just talking about. So he's really good too.
Yeah. I'm sure there are a lot of good ones out there. That's just like one of the first ones I came across when I was trying to find like a linear guide, like what do I do here and then what do I do here, and he was the first one.
I'm gonna send you the link to his wiki though for the game. It literally has like the whole map and every single item, spell, like what do they call it? The trinkets. I forgot what they call it in the game. But every item, it shows you the location on the map. So like if you just wanted to run and go get a specific thing, like you'll be able to just if you didn't even have a YouTube video of how to get it, you would know the area that is it. Like the exact location.
Sounds like you put a lot of hours into the game.
When you zoom out of the map and if you have like everything highlighted that it shows, you cannot see the ground of the map. There's items like everywhere. Everywhere.
So, I don't know if I'm super concerned with 100% in the game, like getting every single item, but I just want to make sure that I play at least a quality game and I have fun doing it.
Trust me, I have a lot of items that I'm never gonna touch.
Yeah, me too.
But it was fun to collect them because like it's cool. It's part of the game.
Yeah, it's fun going to different areas and like seeing the environment change. I wonder how long it took to develop this game. It had to have taken forever just because it's so detailed and there's so much to do. But yeah, I've been doing
hundreds of hours, thousands of hours, maybe even billions of hours, like the view time of Stranger Things.
Wait, do I have anything else to say about this? I just need James. James, you should play Elden Ring. That's all I have to say about that.
Okay, when it goes on sale, hit me up.
Never. Oh, it's never gonna go on sale.
Making too much money.
It's gonna be a year before it goes on sale. But anyway, real quick, that's just my thoughts. Play with a guide. If you're struggling, if you're still playing Elden Ring, or if you stopped playing Elden Ring a while ago because you think it's too hard, then you should play with a guide. And you should maybe consider changing the build that you started with, because I feel like some builds suck, honestly.
Or any other games. There's no shame in using guides.
Yeah.
And if worst comes to worst, you can always go online and get some runes from these online players that are just giving them out for nothing.
I found a very easy way. Fighting Cowboy points out a very easy way to get runes that you don't even have to fight anybody. It's just something that you have to do, and you can just do it over and over and over again. And every time you do it, it gives you 2,000 runes. So it's very. So I've been doing that a little bit. I feel like that's cheating a little bit, but I don't care because
exploiting maybe
10, 20 more levels. 2,000 runes ain't gonna do it. You're gonna need. I know,
but you can like keep doing it over and over again and just build it up.
Yeah.
But it's like a little puzzle thing that you do, and you just keep like doing it over and over again. But
gotcha. But yeah, somebody will drop the little rune stones, and like 99 of them. These people online, they like duplicating items like crazy, so everyone has runes. it's pretty funny.
But yeah, what's next? Where did you take us, James? To Stranger Things.
Stranger Things, yeah.
Stranger Things.
It's the first English language Netflix series to surpass 1 billion hours of watch time.
It's a lot. But is that contributing to the fact that the episodes are so long?
That headline is raised question marks for me. Because whenever
so.
some of these streaming stats come out, I just like question them automatically just because of how the data is. It's like you can tell me anything streamed for anything. Like, how am I gonna find out that's true? Like, I get it, Stranger Things is a huge show, but really, is it the first Netflix show to have 1 billion hours of watch time? Like
English, the first English one. I
and then
can believe
that's the
that
other
because
thing. You want to remind us of what's the other show called? Squid Games.
Squid
This
Games.
is all that they want to tell us. Oh yeah, remember Squid Games? You know what I mean? I don't know. This feels funny to me.
I can believe that though, because like, what other English show on Netflix is as popular or was as popular as Stranger Things? I don't know. I can't think of one.
All of them?
No. Like, which ones?
I mean, Stranger. I didn't. I mean, Stranger Things is really, really popular, but like, I'm trying to think of another Netflix show. But
An English one, because there are a lot of popular. The ones that have been really, really popular have been foreign shows. They haven't been American shows.
Okay,
I'm trying to think of like.
You might be right.
Yeah, I can't think of one. Can you think of
I
one?
haven't
James?
done enough. I haven't done enough research. But
yeah, so like I and like everyone, this season of Stranger Things is highly anticipated because it took so long to come out. So I feel like that's why like definitely more people watched it. Did you finish it, Jaja, or no?
Nope.
Okay.
You can spoil it though. I do not mind.
Okay, James, as someone who was set against watching Stranger Things to someone who has now finished it, what did you what is your opinion now after seeing the most current season?
I mean, I wouldn't say I was ever like a Stranger Things hater. I just didn't watch it. So I always see people talking about it. I'm like, oh, I don't even watch that.
You weren't a Stranger Things hater, James? You know we do a podcast that's recorded once a week, right?
You guys got the receipts on me. Please pull them up.
We got
I'll
footage. Yo, that show is weird.
He did say that.
I probably said something along the lines of it's not for me, but yeah, I didn't say it was a bad show.
You did say it was weird.
I'm never gonna watch it ever.
One of my favorite animes is weird. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Okay, but what do you think of it now?
Yeah, I think it's really good. So like there's like a lot of different character development. The world building is really good. The lead up to the villains, and then it doesn't seem like anything's like shoehorned in there, like they forgot after the fact, like, oh yeah, we got to make this villain make sense. Like it all makes sense in the end. It takes a little while to get there, but it makes sense in the end.
Yeah, the last episode was really good. It was really sad.
A lot of smoke.
I am really Jaja, are you sure that we can spoil it for you? Are you sure?
Do your thing.
Okay.
I know.
People
died, right?
Watch it. Yes, people died. But I'm very one complaint that I have is that I don't really like the formulaic equation of like bringing in characters that we love for literally a season and then killing them. It's literally happened in besides season 1. It's happened in the last 3 seasons. It's happened. They bring in somebody cool that we love and then they kill them.
It's like they bring them in for that sole purpose.
Yeah, I know. I don't like it. They did it in season 2 with Bob. They did it in season 3 with Alexi, and now they have done it with Eddie in this season. And I'm just like, what the? Anyway, I feel so. I really liked Eddie too. So I just feel like, why do they always need to do that? I don't know. And to
save the main cast.
Yeah, save the main cast. It was very traumatic. The scene with Max. I'm glad she's not fully dead, but that was like kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Also. But yeah, it was really good. Everyone's character development, like you said, has been really, really good, except for Mike's. I feel like Mike doesn't have any character development, and he's actually very emotionally immature. But everyone else.
Mike is like the kid dating 11, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I feel like he has the least amount of character development out of everyone, honestly. I don't know, James, what do you feel the same way about that as someone who like binged it recently?
Without trying to spoil anything, when he was trying to like give Elle her power up, I felt like that was a little bit of development.
A little bit, a tiny bit.
Yeah, but outside of that, yeah, he's pretty much been the same guy.
The same, yeah. So I don't know, but yeah, this season was really good, and I'm very sad. Season 5, which is going to be the last season. I thought this was actually the last season, but it's obviously not. Season 5 is not coming out until 2024. So
Oh man, 2 years.
Yeah, I know. That makes me sad because we're not even in 2023 yet, guys. So we're gonna be waiting quite a bit again. And the kids are gonna look even older than they do now.
I was about to say
know.
they're complaining about the age now. Wait 2 years from now. Jeez.
Yeah. Well,
depending on when they start filming, maybe they'll start filming soon-ish. Hopefully.
Still.
Yeah, I saw something that said the creators said that there was gonna be a bigger time skip than usual in the next season. So it won't just be like a year or a few months. Like it'll be.
But I don't really understand how they can time skip when the ending was like a cliffhanger.
Yeah, I think maybe it'll take some time for things to, because like they're gonna be like evacuating the town. So I guess it's probably gonna be maybe like 2 years later max. But then that tracks in kind of real time, because then you got to see like, all right, what's really going on in Hawkins.
Yeah, that's gonna be interesting. I don't know how I feel about I have to see how they like play off a huge time skip. But yeah, it was a great show. I'm kind of sad that it's over. I kind of want to watch all of it again.
Yeah, I trust the Duffer Brothers now that I am familiar with some of their work. And I don't know if you guys have seen, but they are creating a live action Death Note series.
I feel like we need to stop doing Death Note. I feel like Death Note has been done live action too many times. Can we stop now? Can we give up on Death Note? I mean, the only reason that I kind of like feel like it'll be okay is because yes, the Duffer Brothers, based on, Stranger Things is the only thing I've seen of them. I don't even know if they have other stuff. Let me actually see. But Stranger Things is good enough where it's like, okay, like this could be interesting, but just like why? Why are we doing Death Note again on Netflix? Again?
It's Death Note. That's why.
From a visual standpoint, I don't think they would let us down, but like how much of that is really up to them.
Yeah, it's just weird that it's Netflix again doing another Death Note series, but we already have a Netflix Death Note movie, which sucked. But like, why are we doing it again? It's just weird. I don't know.
Original concepts. There's not many anymore.
I feel like we could have taken another anime and like done that.
Actually, why do we even have to make everything live action?
I mean, that's another thing. We already know how I feel about that.
This is part of the Super Smash Bros. Cinematic universe, but that's a totally different.
Yeah. Thing. I'm just trying to see what else they've done. Hidden.
I'm not mad at it as long as it's good. Just stop coming out with bad ones.
Yeah, that's it. But like, this is in their wheelhouse, though. They're like a horror, sci-fi type of people.
Thriller.
So
yeah.
I feel like they'll do a good job with it. Hopefully.
I think this one it may have the benefit of being a series and not just a single movie, so they have kind of time to build things out, because the movie was super rushed.
The movie was rushed and it was just bad, and they changed the ending and I didn't like it.
Yeah.
It was terrible. But all live action versions of, because they had a Japanese live action version of it too, which was horrible. So I just need someone to do it right. So hopefully they'll do it right. Hopefully.
Yeah, I hadn't seen the Japanese version. I don't think I'll
go out and it's really old. It's really old. But yeah, they have one. That was the first version of it I saw, and it was bad. So I don't know. That's just one that you really have to get the CG right, the CGI, like for like Ryuk and like all the whatever they're called.
Can you get the CGI right in anime? I feel like it's just I don't think that's one of those things that's ever going to be accepted, but it kind of has to be accepted, because
as long as they don't overact, even though in Death Note there's not a lot of like dramatic. Like
sometimes the CG looks good, but people will be like, "Oh my god, that's CG right there! Look, that's CG." It's like, okay, it was CG. I don't care that much. Like, I get it. Your eyes can tell the difference between CG and regular style anime. Good for you.
Doing that, like I know that people are doing that, but like, why?
A lot of people do that.
Why though?
That's crazy.
That's so okay. People, please, and we know that it's CGI. Like, come on. The fact that you're trying to like distinguish it, that's okay. I don't like that, but yeah, I'm looking. Let's see when this comes out, and I'm definitely gonna watch it. It'll be a nice void. It'll be a nice Stranger Things void to fill, because it'll be kind of similar.
While there's a Stranger Things void to fill, you can fill it with the strange things people have been doing at the movie theater recently.
I like that.
Nice. I hadn't heard of this trend, and when you put it in the chat, I was like, "What is this?" So
I've been dying looking at these TikToks all weekend. like
So people have been
almost to the
going.
point of tears.
So
Is it
people have
that
been.
funny? Because I haven't seen any of the TikToks,
To me,
and I
it
heard
is.
that's where it's at.
It's absolute
Yeah, me neither.
nonsense. So I am a high school track coach, but like I am around teenagers. So I just know that anytime you see a group of teenagers, just get away from there. They're about to do something stupid. And that's exactly what this is.
So, okay, can you explain the trend? Because I don't get it. What's happening?
So the Minions movie, all these kids grew up watching Minions. So
Yeah.
they just like the Minions, but they're calling themselves the Gentle Minions. So they show up to the movie theaters in suits as like pretending to be like gentle minions, of course, and then they do like random things. So they'll have like mosh pits inside the movie theater, or they'll bring bananas and like throw them at the screen and stuff like that. Yeah, like why are you guys doing this? But they're showing up in droves, so they're coming in like 30 or 50. So like imagine you 30 high schoolers show up to the movies in suits to watch the Minions, and then like next thing you know, there's a mosh pit in the movie theater. So they're doing stuff like that.
Yeah, I heard they're like harassing the employees and like vandalizing and like doing crazy stuff. Like okay.
I don't get it. Why though? Why are we doing this? Why suits? Is that based off of something that happened in the movie?
Yeah, well, it's like a random trend on TikTok that.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
honestly,
it went
guys,
viral.
I hate TikTok trends. I hate TikTok trends because like it just showcases the stupidity.
I feel bad for the people who made the movie, because the first weekend it was like going crazy. It was like with sales. I don't know if it's because of this TikTok. It's crazy.
Yeah, so it set a July 4th box office record of $127 million. So
That's
for
not
July
bad
4th
for a
weekend,
holiday weekend.
Yeah, for like essentially a kids movie. So the biggest group I've seen show up is 50 people, 50 like kids, teenagers in suits showed up to the movies specifically to watch the Minions, just to make memes for TikTok. So that definitely has a huge part to do with some of these large sales. But I mean, the Minions has a large following anyhow, so I don't think it would have done poorly had not a TikTok trend came about.
Yeah, I haven't even seen any of the Minions, but I kind of wanted to see that one. It's like the trailer looked kind of funny, but they always do.
You haven't seen any of the Despicable Me movies? They're so good.
Nope.
I want to see this movie. I just haven't got a chance to see it yet. But I'd be annoyed if like a whole bunch of kids in suits came. Well, now they banned it, so like hopefully that's not good.
Yes.
But I would have been annoyed before if I
you can't go to the movie theaters in a suit to go see Minions right now because it's some viral trend. That's nuts to me.
That's what the world is coming to. Yeah, so I was talking about it with one of my high school kids that I trained, and like I was trying to relate it to something that was kind of around weird growing up. So the closest thing to me that I have for it is probably like planking. Like, why are you guys doing this? Like, it's just something that's just nonsensical that teenagers are doing. But yeah, this one is this takes the cake because like they're showing up and like disrupting people from seeing the movie because they're like yelling or clapping or cheering at like ironically. But they're in their suits with their little poses with their hands like this the whole time. So it looks kind of funny.
It's just weird. It's just bizarre and random. This is very random. But
Yeah,
you know, TikTok creates randomness, I think. So here we are.
Shout out to Gen Z. That's the kind of stuff they do in their free time.
Gen Z. Love Gen Z. Where are we going now? Oh, sorry. I ruined it. I ruined the transition.
Yeah, now movie theater experiences aren't too bad though. So when I went to see Thor, I saw a bunch of teenagers at the movies, and I was kind of like, oh gosh, what's going to happen in here? But they were going to see Minions, so yeah, they didn't ruin Thor. So yeah, while we're on the subject, we can talk about Thor here.
In a spoiler-free way, since even though Jaja said some things have been spoiled for him, but just right off the bat, James, tell me if you like the movie or not, and then we'll go from there.
It was all right.
It was just all right. So Jaja told me that some people told him that it was the best Thor movie, and I was like, no way. Was this movie better than Ragnarok?
It's a bit of a reach.
It is a bit of a reach, and that's definitely a hot take. This movie was not better than Ragnarok at all.
I can almost guarantee you that after I see the movie, I'm gonna say it's the best Thor movie.
You probably will, Jaja. You probably will, because you are usually.
I already know, because I didn't like. I mean, the first two Thors weren't crazy.
No, the first two Thors weren't crazy good, but Thor Ragnarok was very good, and this movie was not better than Thor Ragnarok. I don't think.
How you feel about Zeus?
Ugh. Listen, how do I feel about any of the characters?
I heard Zeus was dope. Oh my god,
this is crazy. It was too so like some parts of it were funny. Like I was laughing at some parts, but then like you could tell there were parts that were just like it was just too much. It was like they were throwing too much comedy in at some points, and I was just like, all right, like.
And I don't like funny Thor. I told you guys I don't like funny Thor. So that's,
but like they almost made Thor kind of like they
joke.
almost made him kind of like, because in Ragnarok he was funny, but like not in like a dumb way. But he was
yes,
like,
he was dumb. Funny is dumb funny. That's why I don't like it.
But like it wasn't so obvious. But in this movie, it was like very, very obvious. And I like kind of didn't like it. It was kind of like a backstep. Like this wasn't like, I don't know, his character just felt different.
Okay, I have one question. Mm-hmm. In the trailer where they revealed like Jane Foster and they have him in that weird colorful suit and he's like, Jane? Do you remember that scene from the trailer?
Yeah.
Is it in the movie?
Yes.
Okay. So he wears that weird suit, like that funny looking suit?
Yes.
And part of it is
that's all I want to know. That's all I want to know.
And I didn't like that. So, okay. So we all know that Jane becomes Thor in this movie. Cool. So I can talk about my problem with the fact that it literally just happened and everyone seemed to be okay with it. And I'm just like, why is everyone acting like this is normal?
So they didn't give any explanation as to how she got it?
Not really. It was not at first. Funny. It took a while, but like even when they did explain it, they didn't really explain it, and no one was really trying to figure out. The explanation
doesn't make sense. No.
I mean, the explanation makes sense. Over it. They tried to gloss over it. They didn't really build up to it. It just happened, and like there was no building of it, and like everyone just seemed to be, and like when it was explained, it was still weird because it just like. Everyone just seemed to accept it like right off the bat, like even before the explanation. I was like, why is no one like asking why she's Thor? I'm so confused.
I wish they didn't put it in the trailer.
Same. That would have been a huge like moment in the movie. Like, oh man, this is wild.
Like I just remember in I think it was Civil War when they brought Captain America back and he came out from behind the train. Like that scene was shot for the audience to applaud in the movie theater. You know what I mean? And they just showed that scene from Jane Foster in the trailer. So when you see it in the theater, it's not going to have that.
Yeah, like even in the big moments like that either.
There weren't any big moments. There weren't any big moments like that at all.
No, there was no applauding. Even though the last two, well, there was no applauding in Doctor Strange. Spider-Man maybe was the last.
Spider-Man, yeah.
Not even like a crazy cameo that you're like, oh man, they're showing so and so.
No, it felt very disconnected from everything else. Like the Guardians were in it like in the beginning for 5 minutes.
That was my next question. I was like, how much screen time did the Guardians get? Because remember that I said I don't think they're gonna be in the movie that much.
No, they weren't. They were in it for like the first 5 minutes. But there were no like big moments in this movie. It was very like disconnected from everything. I don't know. I just feel like the movie was only 2 hours. I feel like it could have been longer, and then they could have given more time to kind of like develop Jane into this version of Thor. Because it's just like she becomes Thor, and then she just knows how to do everything like right away. I'm like, first of all, she's not shocked that she's Thor. She just knows how to do everything and use all the powers without like any like teachable moment or like anything like that. And I'm just like, this just feels very rushed and bad. I don't know.
Yeah. And the way she did it, it was like, it wasn't even like am I worthy of being Thor? It was just like, oh, I'll just go be Thor.
Yeah, exactly. Like she just jumped into it right away. She's jumped into it. Just started.
I don't know how I feel about that. You guys are raising a whole bunch of flags for me right now.
These are real flags. Like she just jumped in. She just jumped into it. First of all, the MCU has been building up this whole thing around Thor, around worthiness and like worthiness to hold and like use
everybody was holding the hammers.
Yeah, but it's like, and like I understand how like they explain like how like she was able to, get the powers. And like how, like why like Mjolnir like went to her or whatever, explained it. Wasn't that great of an explanation, but okay. But yeah, like they built this whole thing about worthiness for the hammer, and like it was this whole big thing when Captain America was able to pick up the hammer. But then it's just like it was just so downplayed here. It was so downplayed, and I was just like, yeah, it wasn't anything really to be excited about.
I have a random question though. Is Stormbreaker supposed to be the same? Like you can only pick it up if you're worthy?
I don't think so.
Oh, gotcha. Because everybody has Stormbreaker. I think the guy next to me had a Stormbreaker in his hand.
That's the axe, right? With Groot's.
Yeah, the axe. I don't think so.
Wait, everybody can lift that?
Yes.
A lot of people in this movie did. I think almost everybody that touched the screen picked it up.
Also,
You're
like there were a
lying.
lot of unexplained powers happen. There were a lot of unexplained abilities happening in this movie too, and I'm just like, what is going on right now? There's a lot of things that were
Wait,
happening
so
that
that's
like were
gonna
never alluded to
that's
before.
I'll never watch Avengers again, the same again when Captain America grabs the hammer and he has Stormbreaker too. I think at one point
Yeah,
that means
but
nothing to me now.
I don't think Stormbreaker was as sacred a weapon as as the hammer was. Honestly, I don't think they ever said anything about worthiness when it comes to the hammer.
Yeah, that's
But,
why I was confused because like so many people were like just picking it up. I was like, what in the
axe,
world?
I think it's just the hammer, but they like kind of degraded the hammer.
So it was done on purpose. They were trying to tell us, yeah, this one can be picked up by everyone, and this one can't.
Okay. Guess I'm not tripping about that no more. I mean,
I don't know.
it would have been cool if it's like you still got to be worthy to hold this one too, but yeah, not everybody was holding it.
And I don't know, like the whole thing around Jane, it was just weird because like Jane wasn't even in the last movie, and then she's back, and then like I don't know. I don't want to get too much into it because I don't want to like spoil everything for you, Jaja. But like, I mean, still go see it because I really want to know like after you see it if you have a different opinion than us.
Yeah,
But yeah, I didn't like it. I like didn't.
Dang, I was supposed to come rip this movie apart, man. Now I have to go like it.
Mr. Unpopular Opinion himself.
There's no pressure on you. There's no pressure on you to
know.
like it, Jaja. There's no pressure on you to like it. Like you don't have to like
I know,
it, and
but
I
that's
don't
usually,
want you to
that's
like
usually
it,
how
it
the
wasn't
cookie
good.
crumbles.
But yeah, some people were thinking that it was really good. Some people were saying like, oh, it wasn't supposed to be a serious movie. But I'm like, yeah, I know that, but I feel like it was just trying too hard to be funny. I mean, it was funny at some points, but they were just overdoing it too much. It was like too silly, and I was just like, and there was nothing. There was no like story. There was no real quality story here.
Okay, one more question.
About that.
One more question.
Mm-hmm.
Gore the God Butcher.
Yes, he was good. Christian Bale was good. He was good.
He had a great performance.
I expected him to hold down the whole movie.
Yeah, and he did.
Mm-hmm.
He did.
Okay,
and
that's it.
I was very surprised at the end. So I kind of thought that Thor's run was kind of going to be over in the MCU, but apparently not. Apparently not, based on the end credit scenes. They said that, I'm not spoiling anything, but at the end, when they say like certain characters will return, they said that Thor was going to return. And then they previewed like his next villain. And like, I'm not excited about it at all. So not at all. Not excited for Thor at all. Yep.
Oh my God, you guys are shocking me today.
It seems like the next villain is not really going to have anything to do with the larger.
The synchronized hate right now is crazy.
I think that we have to get used to the fact that like this is not like the first 3 phases of Marvel where like everything was connected and like building up to something. I feel like that's not happening right now. And I feel like we have to kind of like move away from that mindset, honestly, because I feel like it's not really going that way. At least like not right now.
We'll
not
say
that we know of.
Let's see after the next big movie, because I feel like Marvel has that way of just making everything we think is impossible seem really simple.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they were right here, and now they met up, and there's just a simple explanation for it.
I guess so. We'll see. But like, I don't know. Nothing feels aligned right.
Like there was
the Thor movies usually do.
No Kang.
The Thor movies usually feel like filler. Ragnarok felt like filler.
I was hoping for some Kang, somebody else to be in it, but there were nobody.
Talk to me about Valkyrie.
She did a great job. She had some powers that were like, how did that happen? But
yeah, she was great. She was fine though. She was great. I had no problem with her performance. I had no problem with anyone's performance. I had just a problem with the script in general. That was the problem to me.
All right. Okay.
But yeah, not looking forward to seeing Thor next. Not at all. So unless he's in the next Avengers movie, and then like I'll see him there. But like I'm not looking forward to his next solo movie if there's gonna be like another Thor solo movie.
What's next movie for the MCU? Is it She-Hulk up next?
She-Hulk is up next. It comes out at the end of August. I don't know when the next movie I think is Wakanda Forever in November, which honestly I'm really nervous about now based on the track that we're on right now. But I'm nervous. Yeah. But I have faith in Ryan Coogler to deliver us a great product, and hopefully I'm not going to watch any trailers for that movie. I'm just going to go in with no expectations and see what happens.
I am hoping so much that Michael B. Jordan comes back just to make you mad.
How is he going to come back? That would make me very angry, actually, because like in what world does that make sense?
I don't know. Maybe we find out he was like Creed the whole time, and now his real So
man.
I don't know. I'm reaching.
Random thing to
Just
mention,
like
BlerdCon was partnered with Disney Plus, and so by extension MCU. So they were showing trailers there of She-Hulk. I don't know if it was anything brand new. I wasn't there at that time, but they mentioned it during the cosplay contest. So like someone that worked at Marvel came on stage and was like, hey, thanks for letting us help sponsor and put on this event and stuff like that. And they were like saying, we appreciate you guys checking out the trailers and stuff we've been showing, but I didn't actually see which trailers they showed. So I'll have to search and see, like, was it anything new? That was it like first time showings or anything like that, or was it just building up?
this was yesterday?
Yeah, this was yesterday.
Okay. I'm sure if there was something new, we'll see it on the social medias today.
Yeah, so that was a big partnership. So yeah, BlerdCon is definitely growing if they're getting a Disney Plus partnership now to be able to show trailers.
That's awesome. That's awesome. But yeah,
I was gonna say I was reaching with my last theory just the same way Miss Marvel does.
With their powers.
That was a horrible transition. I'm not gonna transition anymore, by the way. That was the last one.
I appreciate you trying, man.
Jay's like, leave it to me. I got it. But yeah, how you feel about this episode?
I don't know if I like this last episode, honestly. It was okay, but like, I don't know. I feel like it's over. This week, tomorrow, if you're listening to this on Tuesday, is the season finale. Like, I don't know. I just feel like nothing. I mean, things happen, but like nothing really happened at the same time. When is Captain Marvel going to show up? In the last 2 minutes? I don't know. I'm confused. If she even is. She's probably not. But I don't know how I feel about it. It's a good show, but like, I don't know where it's going as of right now.
I felt like I had the similar feeling. Like, I get they gave the whole backstory now, and like I got it. We know what's going on with her family, but like, how does it set her up for the future is my question, and I'm sure they're gonna tell us this episode.
But I feel like all of these shows have left us with the same question of how it sets them up for the future. Except for I didn't see the end of Moon Knight, so I don't know. I don't know where that's going. But I feel like what was the last show before that? Hawkeye. I don't know how I don't know how Kate Bishop. It didn't really set Kate Bishop.
Most of them are going. Most of the shows are setting up their Young Avengers. Like every single show that's come out has had Young Avengers in it.
But like, how is it setting up Young Avengers? Where are they gonna come? At what point are they gonna? Are all these different people gonna come together to form?
Obviously, they're gonna have to fight the future big bad, whoever that future guy is. I don't know. But like, think about it. Every single show that I could think of right now has had at least one Young Avenger in it.
Yes, that is true. Right, because we have
WandaVision, Loki, Captain Falcon, Miss Marvel. Wait, did I say Captain Falcon? Captain America Falcon, whatever you want to call him. Black Captain America, whatever label you want to give him. Who else? But yeah, there's been Young Avengers like sprinkled everywhere.
Well, yeah, I know that they've been sprinkled, but I'm just trying to see like when they're all going to come together in a way that makes sense. Hopefully they do it in a way
except
that makes
Moon Knight. But we got Scarab from Moon Knight, so
yeah, just in a way that makes sense is all I'm saying. Because at this point, in the last 3 phases, there have been crossover. We've seen people show up in other people's movies. I don't know. I mean, in the Avengers, not really. The Avengers was the first movie where everyone really came together. But I'm just trying to see like how they're gonna do it. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, it seems like they're stepping away from that formula of like all these huge giant crossovers and stuff like that. And Marvel, if you couldn't keep this vibe, don't introduce it to us.
I mean, I think Secret Wars is going to bring everything together, like whenever that comes out, we'll see.
I feel like we got to give it time because remember when the first build-up was happening, we didn't know it was happening until it happened. You know what I mean? It started off with Iron Man.
That's true.
Oh yeah, you're going to go build the Avengers. Go ahead and build the Avengers. The first Avengers movie came out. Everybody, yay, Avengers. But then it turned into something crazy after that. So
yeah,
we didn't know what was happening until it happened.
That's true. But that happened so long ago that like we almost forgot. But yeah, it's true. In the first phase, it was like just Iron Man. And then like the only person that was making their rounds across like all the movies was Nick Fury. You know what I mean? We didn't really see anybody anywhere else. You know, we had 3 Iron Man movies and like 2 Thor movies before like the Avengers happened. So like,
it was the same exact feeling as right now. Like I know you're building up to something, but right now it's like it doesn't make sense. It doesn't connect right now.
Yeah, that's true. I can can believe that.
I'm telling you, when we see Kang, it's all gonna make sense.
Whenever that is, and Ant-Man. When is Ant-Man coming out? Somebody tell me now.
2024 maybe.
They've been talking
No,
about
it's definitely
Loki
coming out
too.
2023.
So when do you what comes out first? Loki season 2 or Ant-Man?
There has been no
Quantumania?
release date for Loki season 2 yet. Ant-Man
Okay.
Quantumania is coming out February 17th, 2023. So in a few months.
Oh, we're getting Kang soon.
Soon, yep. So that's
exciting.
definitely coming out before Loki. I don't think that Loki season 2 is coming out before February. Else we would have definitely known about it by now, I think.
Will we see Kang before that movie is my question.
No, because like what do we have next?
One of these shows gotta have him in.
It's gonna be She-Hulk. It's gonna be, I think it's only She-Hulk and Wakanda Forever are the only two things left coming out this year, right? And like the Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas special, which is not gonna have anything to do with anything. But
they said there's a Werewolf by Night special coming out.
What is that?
Some Halloween special they're gonna do.
Yeah, but those are not gonna have anything to do with the story, I don't think. Like those are really gonna be like separate things. But I think that those are the only two things that we have left for this year.
And that went quick. So.
It did, right? Yeah, so Thor: Love and Thunder. I Am Groot is coming out on August 10th, but again, that's not gonna have anything to do with anything. Yeah, that's it. It's only She-Hulk. She-Hulk comes out August 17th. Wakanda Forever comes out November 11th, and then Ant-Man and the Wasp is the next one in February. So we're gonna have a little bit of a break.
A bit of a break.
And then after that, after Ant-Man, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 comes out May 5th, 2023. That's a big break. I don't know. And then the Marvels, so like Captain Marvel 2 comes out July 28th, 2023.
That's probably the next thing I'm waiting for.
You're not waiting for Wakanda Forever? You're not interested to see?
Oh, yeah. No, I'm super excited for that. I'm just talking about for like next year.
Yeah. Oh, next year. Yeah. No, Ant-Man and the Wasp. I feel like anticipation is going to build up for that just because like we know that Kang is in that movie and I'm trying to see what's happening with that. But
and this year, I'm looking forward to that. Like the early part of the year. Like I'm just thinking Doctor Strange and Spider-Man. They were like kind of building that up for the first half of the year. So maybe that's when they push their best stuff or whatever.
Yeah, so I guess we'll see. I'll have faith that it's gonna come around to something cool again. But right now I'm just like not really impressed by anything except Spider-Man. So, we'll see. Do you guys have anything else?
For the Miss Marvel discussion, it gave me Attack on Titan vibes, her whole backstory.
Did it? How?
She saved her past.
The time loop.
Pretty much saved her great grandma, and she's from the future. Sorry for the spoiler. Spoiler alert, everybody.
There was a Harry Potter moment like that too, so it's giving me very Attack on Titan, Harry Potter vibes. Time loops. Yeah. We'll see. This week is the last
does
episode.
This mean that Miss Marvel is not human or like
I don't know,
from another dimension like her before?
I don't really get it. I mean, I get it, but like I wonder why they chose to like make it something else and not like what it actually is supposed to be. Like I feel like they could have introduced Inhumans in the show.
Yeah, I'm sure there's some logical.
They could have definitely done it.
I'm not mad at it.
Some simple.
I'm not mad at it. Just because Inhumans aren't that exciting to me. I'm not mad at it.
But the MCU can make Inhumans exciting.
Yeah, but we can still do that, and she not be Inhuman. You can still have like.
But what about the other Inhumans?
Her being like a part of the Inhumans, she just got her powers from Terrigen Mist, but I don't remember like her chilling with Black Bolt.
Yeah, that's true. All right, well, we'll see.
I could be wrong, but
I mean, I don't know. Yeah. I mean, I guess we'll see. This is the last episode. I feel like these 6-episode Marvel series are too short. 6 episodes, there should be 8. Because then that'll allow you more time to build some stuff up. But I feel like 6 episodes is too short.
I like that Kamran got his powers, even though they twisted it a little bit.
They did twist it a little bit.
That glow, he's not supposed to be able to take it off, but
yeah,
he got his little light powers.
Well, they're changing the powers in general, so that makes sense that they changed that. And I just feel like it took too long for us to figure out what was going on in the show. Like we didn't really get a sense of like what was happening until like the 3rd episode, I feel. and then like it was almost over by that. It was halfway done by that point. I don't know. And really like the fourth episode, not like the third a little bit, and the fourth is when we really started to know what was happening. But then now there's only one episode left, so.
I mean, I'm not too mad at it. I do wish it was more episodes though, but I think it paced itself.
It wasn't bad. I enjoyed the show, so I have no qualms with it. Let's just see how it ends. So looking forward to talking about it next week. Before we wrap, guys, for everyone based in New York, I just wanted to call out an event that's happening at the end of the month on July 30th. Me as the only Blurred Nerd member based in New York, have partnered with NYC Outdoor Skates. This guy named Chris. Yeah. He owns he's running his own skating business, and he does skate lessons and skate socials at Lincoln Terrace Park in Brooklyn every weekend from 5 to 9 p.m. And on the 30th, he is having a large health and wellness field day. It's going to include skating, a whole bunch of other activities. We're trying to figure out some nerd like activities that can be done at the skating social, whether it be like skating cosplay or like some kind of field day games based around nerd. Yeah, so it's going to be really cool, and that's happening on July 30th, I think from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. There's going to be a whole bunch of vendors out there. It's going to be a good time. So if you're a nerd and you're based in New York and you love to skate, or you want to learn how to skate, because he has skate rentals too, come down and show him some love and show us some love as a podcast. Come support us by coming down there.
You going, Shannon? You skating?
Huh?
You going and skating?
Yeah, I mean, I have skates. Like I have inline skates, and I also have quad skates. So I'm learning how to do both. So yeah.
Shannon gonna be out there shuffling.
No, TikTok I don't know how to do all that. I'm not on James level at all, but you know. I don't know how he got so good so fast, but you know,
I skate every single day.
There you go. I don't skate every single day. I try to, but I don't have time. But yeah, come out to that if you're in the New York City area or close by. Is there anything else?
None from me.
I'm good.
All right, great. Well, as always, you can like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Blerdsnerds, follow us on TikTok at Blerdsnerds_pod. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, send us an email, blerdsnerds@gmail.com, and rate, review, and subscribe on your podcast listening app of choice. As always, I'm Shannon.
I'm James.
I'm Jaja.
Thanks for listening, guys. Bye.
Bye. Peace.